So from there, if we want to approach the buildings and components performance requirements, there's a range of things we've got to start to look at, because obviously the structure is just one, and it may be that the structure isn't structural loads may not be the thing that actually determines exactly what the size is. It might be things like acoustic performance or thermal performance or fire performance, all of which are going to come into how we design the various components. So we cite what each of those are, and then we indicate the major methods by which you would then resolve those things. So if we're looking at fire resistance, we've obviously got two major approaches. One is we can cover it with board, we can encapsulate it in some way. The other is that we can then do a charring factor, sacrificial sizing, to mean that we can show the wood, and with a fire we know it's going to char at a particular rate, and we might say that in our design we're going to actually start to take that approach rather than the other one. So if we look then at the conceptual things that we've covered the type of building, we've looked at the options for the construction system, we looked at the options for connecting the components, the materials that are available, the options for assembling it, and approaches to satisfy the buildings and components performance requirements. So if you just look at this little photograph here, that's a little job going up in Tasmania with one of the fabricators we've got there, who's pretty inventive. And with this job, we've got obviously a single-storey project. Our major components are light nail plate trusses. They've been conceived as a site-assembled prefabricated job. So all the trusses came to site, everything was assembled on the slab, on the ground, and then the roof was put into place. And on this job, quite a little job, it saved the builder about 70 grand, right, by working through this process and coming up with that as a solution compared to what they'd originally priced. So each of these options then obviously we've got in the guide, and this is an output that could arise from it.